name I have to use is Peggy Ann Childers. Peggy Ann Dempsey Childers. My real name is Margaret Ann Windsor. I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace in 1941 at age 2. I was born in 39 and brought to Moulton, Alabama, to what amounts to be a pigsty. In case you don't know what a pigsty is, you know what a pig pen is, and you should see the abuse that happened there, also in the starving and no food, no clothes, and the treatment. I was given the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey, which I still have to use. Childers was my married name, and I still have to use that. I can't use my real name. And I wanted to get this in. So many people know it. Even before I did, the media did. I only found out in '83 about my kidnapping. I'd written a book in Marietta, Georgia, while living there, and Larry Flint, who I'm going to show in a second, was shot there while I was doing the book, MD, A License to Kill. It was about programming, mind control, and doctors, okay? And a congressman, Larry McDonald, whose plane later was shot down when it veered into Soviet or Russian airspace, August the 31st of '83. And I was flown out to Mr. Flint's, and he had been shot while I was doing the book in Marietta. He was shot March the 6th of '78 in Lawrenceville, Georgia. I was taken to Lawrence County, and that's been used in a lot of the patterns in mind control murders. The Lawrence or Larry or twins, and Montgomery is where the birth certificates were, that they just marked through the state of Alabama. The birth date that I always had to use was January the 7th, '39. As far as I know, that's my birth date. It is not the date of the twins. So when I had to get those and use the birth certificates for legal, because I can't use my name, then the state of Alabama just simply marked through the dates given the twins. They were born in 1938. And inked in the date given to me, January the 7th, '39. So I'm going to show a couple of those things, but the reason I'm making this, Larry Flint was shot, and everybody knows he was shot, and I'm using that because the person was programmed to shoot him and kill his attorney in Lawrenceville. And Mr. Flint even says here, when he did this endorsement, April of '84, I ran for Congress, by the way, to replace Larry McDonald, the doctor I'd written about when his plane went down, and that was in '83. I was out in Mr. Flint's twice. But what I wanted to address here was the fact that what's on TV today, I'm showing my socks and all that, I guess, this morning, was what they're arguing about and all that, about Ted Cruz, candidate for president, and I want to show her here too while I'm at it, and Donald Trump candidate. And I like both of those. I think they're, and Marco Rubio would be the top three. Quite frankly, I like all three of them. And I do like Donald Trump. I may not agree with everything he says, but I agree with a lot of it. And they're talking about making a case about Cruz being born in Canada. Well, I'm the monarch. My father, Edward VIII, was taken down by my own Uncle George VI, illegal, and this woman's illegal. That whole bunch of thugs are illegal. Now then, if I don't hurry, I won't get it on this 9-minute or 10-minute tape, what I wanted to say. But they're talking about he might not could be president because he was born on Canadian soil and all that outside the United States. Well, they're focusing on that, and it was focused on about Obama, his birth certificate. Well, here I have shown birth certificate. I have all kinds. It's not that anybody doubts it. Is they know I'm telling the truth about my birth and about the mind control murders. This is where they just penciled it in, the state of Alabama. Both twins were dead. They were born out of wedlock. I said that, and killed by Lina, their mother, and the family covered it up because she would have faced the gas chamber. So this woman and that family brutalized me beyond belief. This is Charles, wannabe king, and this is the follow-up, William, who everybody finds very, well, they like the lifestyle, I guess. This is my father, Edward VIII, was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keeffe, sister to artist Georgia O'Keeffe. This is her, and my mom was considered a commoner, so, but this was planned before then to take down. This is Wallace, American Spy, and this is a double that they used back then, and he was the one that married Simpson, and it became an illegal title. That's not either one of them. My father was married to my mom, and so there's no really Duke and Duchess of Wales. And the lies they told about my father and the photos that this man was in, but are horrible. They're all lies. And then my birth in 39, kidnapping at 41, and all the illegal treaties that were signed that allowed the UN and the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, the Kennedys helped kidnap me. Joe was ambassador, my own uncle. Now, what I wanted to say here was I had focused on the birth certificate. They're talking about Mr. Cruz being from Canada. Now that nobody's focused on all of this YouTube and everything, and I've had some deleted, or not deleted, but I just found that out yesterday, that are on a list that can't be shown. I've told the truth, not one lie on it. So it would be interesting to find out which. I know that the one about Cosby, Ennis Cosby's death, that's one of them that if you follow it, it can be proven. That was Bill Cosby's son, but that was one that was on a list that can't be shown. Now, what I wanted to get to again was this thing trying to get my name back, the laws that have been broken. I mean, they have almost killed me repeatedly. I don't know where my sons, Mark and Scott, because their life's in peril. They're heirs after me. There's a 99-year seal on it. All my dad's forced abdication and all the lies and my birth. I'm Victoria II, heir to the British Crown. The only thing I want to mention this is that Madonna made a movie back when the King's Speech, and they made out my uncle who helped take his brother down and kidnap me, the real monarch. My God, he certainly knew that my father wasn't married to Wallace Simpson, who she was married to, and this is what I want to focus on. Well, Madonna, I don't know why. This can't be that. I put it on YouTube. Media knew it before I did about my kidnapping years ago. I found out in '83. So let me get to this. And trying to get my name back and what's mine in my country that has been sold out by Elizabeth, who's illegal, and stood by. She doesn't have to answer to anything. And watch what's happened to me. Use my money and lived in my homes while I've been made a bag lady and tortured in my sons beyond belief. Here's what I wanted to say here, though. Nobody's making to do about my birthright or anything when they're focusing on being someone born in Canada. Mr. Cruz, by the way, I love Canada, okay? But nobody mentions me in all this. So here's what I want to say, if I can get it on here, and I won't. There was William and Kate was on NBC a couple of weeks ago. William was referring to his father, Charles, and I wonder exactly what he meant. While they sit up there with all the finery and show their kids, and not an ounce of truth is told in this, he made a statement saying his father had the sense of duty instilled at a very early age. I want to ask him what. They've lied about my dad and defamed him and said he abdicated. No, it was a forced abdication. There was a legal addendum, a 99-year seal. And I've lived in hell, and so have my kids and my mom and dad. What does he mean Charles had a sense of duty? He married